Now then, brethren, this morning we are on the Firth of Tay. That's looking round towards the rest of Scotland, which I shall be following all the way up there somewhere. Yeah, this is the across there is Dundee. This is Newport, just here. Somewhere there's a bridge between them, and we'll be finding that and then following it round onto the other side there. We're off to a late start. We've had a very wet night. When I arrived it was pouring down. Thank God I had a tent that you can put up with a fly sheet first. Haul myself underneath it as quick as possible, and I kept all my gear dry. Built it from the inside after that. Thank God that was the case. Well, this is bridge over the Tay. This one's quite unique. We've got traffic on both sides and the pedestrians go through the middle. Obviously really loud, noisy. And that's Dundee, sort of through the bars of the bridge that you can see. Anyway, I'm late, I'll crack on. So that was the bridge over the Tay. It doesn't look that long from here, but it took some crossing. It's surprisingly long in its length. A lot more than what you actually expecting. So I suppose I'm in the centre of Dundee now when I'm looking towards very something or other. No idea, I can never remember. Never mind. Apparently there's a big long promenade along here. It goes on for miles, so should be interesting. I just wish it would be the sun. Give you some idea of how far we've travelled. We've come from way around the corner from there. They are what you're looking at, that headland. It looked like headland. It's actually Scotch pine trees. It is a forest. So we came all the way up and round the end of there, then all the way back along that section. You can see it's all forestry until you get to that little bit of headland there. And then we started coming around there, all the way around this morning, and then we came across, and hopefully we can see then the road bridge, and then panning back up this, well I can't pan unless I go through myself, but then going up in this direction, that is Bury Port or something like that. We've got to go around all this lot tonight and be back on the coast for somewhat like a wild camp tonight. All being well, it's getting very late, so we'll have to keep on pushing on. So you might like that little view there of the what they call it, a fort. I presume it's a fort that's guarding the entrance to the Firth of Tay, and that's about as much as I can tell you about it. Morning everybody. I'm on the trail again. I don't know which is worst actually at the minute. Over there I've got red flags and the MOD all blasting away there, and then I've got a bit of a road there where armoured vehicles are coming through, and that's my little bit in between. Then I've got the main coast railway track. Just you can see the gravel there. That's how close I am to railway lines. And then I've got golfers at the other side of that. I don't know which one's worse. And, you know, I think I'd rather take my chances with A30 down in Cornwall and this lot. What do you think for this signpost stating the most obvious? This morning I've been shot at by the military. Had high-speed trains going past me about 20 foot away from me. And now I've got golf balls being fired from both directions. What about this bloke here? Now he's got a big hairdryer out. Well, he's got a big dryer out. and he's drying up the green, ready for to drying the grass for them before they make the next shot. Just nice little shot here of there's a fishing boat out there. He's I think what he's got there, well, I can pretty much see what he's got there. There is nets, I presume, coming out from the back of the boat there. There's another little boat that you obviously use that to go inshore with, and it's what he's doing is catching salmon, wild salmon, as they follow the coast along, probably to the estuary, which is the Tay, and the salmon will run up river from there, I presume. So just a little shot there back towards where we come from. I mean, it's miles and miles round now to where we were. At some point, that's, believe it or not, across that little sliver of land you can see is where we've come from. We've come all the way around the corner and way back there, and then around again and heading north again. So yeah, it's the first time on this side of me that I can actually see no land ahead of me as such. It just goes kind of, well, there's no headlands in front of me at the moment, should I say, on this other side of me. So we're leading round going north, and well, we're cracking on with it all now. Yeah, just a quick one. Yeah, can you see the sand dunes down there? I've come up from there this morning. So that there is where I stayed last night, in them sand dunes. And I showed you the view this morning across the bay, close up. I'm way up on top of the headland now, looking down on it. But that little village that's across there, that amazes me. I can barely see, there's a little road going into it. That must be steep as. It'd be a lovely little challenge, would that one? But yeah, this little village, and just there, crazy, innit? Few houses. Yeah. Well then, brethren, right, we've arrived in Montrose. I'm not in a great position to try and get videos. I've just got up this bankside to try and show you. I still can't get what I'm after, but behind all these houses, you can see a viaduct there as well in the background, I hope. Yeah, you can. What's happening back there is Montrose is kind of, how do you put it? It's like a big lagoon at the back of the actual town, city, whatever it is. Behind it, big, I wouldn't say marshland, it is literally a lagoon. I think they call it the Montrose Basin, but just more interesting. Can you see the boats there in the front of the picture, which is, they are tugs, and what they're here for is for the oil industry, towing the rigs out to sea. Going around a bit further, you can see there's a huge one just around the corner there. Hopefully I'll get a better view later on, but just a nice little, sort of a bit of an intro into Montrose. Just a little view for you this morning of Lunan Bay. There is a castle on the right there, and I don't know if you can just see there. There's a little village there hanging onto the cliffside. There's virtually nobody on this beach. Absolutely beautiful, miles and miles of sand again, and that's just a little view. It's just a nice little, very unusual little vessel here. No idea. Obviously used in the oil industry. Presume, I don't know, I aren't even going to work this one out. Maybe my mate, Chief Engineer Webster, could give me an idea what this is about. But, yep, just another little interesting shot of just how the oil industry in the North Sea. So Yeah, well then, isn't it funny? And every time I want to have a little chat with you, always a load of dog walkers coming past. And then they think I've gone mad. Little do they know that I am mad. Right, well, good to speak to you again. We've got a lovely little run here along the beach, by the beach. It's like, I don't know how you describe it, like a big long promenade that goes on forever, all the way around the edge of Scotland. Now this is the trail again. We're up tarmac, so it's nice and smooth for you, not juddering about. But hopefully, yeah. So we're making progress up the coast now. We've been through Dundee and all that's now behind us. There's a long way around the Tay, which I've described, although going across the bridge and everything. Yeah. Dog walkers everywhere now. It's not golfers. Yeah. So next big place is Arbroath, which is up the road here, up the coast, should I say. We're going to follow the coast most of the way around now until we get to Aberdeen, and then we're going to cut across land to Inverness. I'll show you a map later, hopefully. I think we're destined for a lot of wild camping. One thing I should mention that I forgot about was the fact that when you wild camp, you're only allowed to wild camp with what you can carry in. In other words, you don't take a car full of gear. So I never thought to mention that to you before, but that's the ruling. There is some bylaws you've also got to be careful of. So, especially now on the west coast, I think it's kind of been a bit spoiled as this wild camping, so they brought in some little bylaws to sort of stop its progress, unfortunately. Yeah. I'll show you some videos later, hopefully. There's no sun today, and I tell you, it is noticeably colder, especially in the morning. Okay, I'll knock you off for now.